Everyone, on your feet.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening. This is the time for the 8 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on June 1st, 2025. The court's orders to the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'll then announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's get started with Corey Popejoy to the podium and Jaden Ramirez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Corey Popejoy, 4/13/92.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 2 felony, 1 count of unlawful imprisonment, Class 6 felony, 1 count of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, 3 counts of endangerment, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of threatening or intimidating with injury or damage to property, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $50,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside in the same location as any listed victim in this case. If you do share a common residence with any listed victim, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? No. Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jaden Ramirez to the podium, and Brian Gomez to the chair, please.
They're bringing Gomez in.
Okay, awesome. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jaden Ramirez and 1/11/05.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is an out-of-county warrant out of the Navajo County Superior Court. It's for a case involving aggravated assault and criminal damage. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in Navajo County if one has not already been appointed. And I will set an arraignment hearing in the Navajo County Superior Court on June 4th at 8:30 a.m. We're also here today on a new case out of Maricopa County. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of taking contraband into a correctional facility, which is a Class 2 felony, dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in your new case in the amount of $500, and I will affirm the bond in the Navajo County warrant. That's a $10,000 secured bond. So you have a total bond of $10,500. If you do post bond, I will order that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Me and the person that I have the charges against is my mother, but I talked to the court in the Navajo County and we got this thing to where I'm like you said, you're not allowed to be around any of the victims, but I got a kind of me and my mother got approval to see each other still, so I don't know if that would count for this or.
I would defer to your attorney on that only because I don't know exactly what was ordered in your Navajo County case. If Navajo County has an order in place saying that you can have contact with your mother, then that would be fine, but I'm going to defer to Navajo County on whatever they ordered.
Yes,
I'm just saying as a part of this today, until you get to your next court date, make sure you follow all of my release conditions.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Brian Gomez to the podium and Zachary Overson to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brian Rodriguez Gomez, 82898.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. They're both probation violation warrants for violating terms 6 and 7 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in both cases. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 9th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond in the amount of $500 on the first case and then $2,000 on the second case. So you have a total bond of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat to your left. Zachary Overson to the podium and Keith Dozer to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Zachary Overson, 10/24/1997.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony, 1 count of urinating in public, Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, Class 2 misdemeanor, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Keith Dozer to the podium and Joseph Trujillo to the chair, please. Keith Dozer. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Keith Dozier, 10/5/97.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 9th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Joseph Trujillo to the podium and Jonathan Sanchez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
1/21/93.
Is your name Joseph Trujillo?
Yeah.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I'm setting a status conference post warrant on June 11th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the failure to appear warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jonathan Sanchez to the podium and Kendra Juan to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jonathan Gabriel Sanchez, 7/18/89.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the White Tank Justice Court. It's for a case involving driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, driving under the influence of blood alcohol content of 0.08 or more, and extreme DUI, blood alcohol content of 0.15 to 0.2, all Class 1 misdemeanors. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you if one has not already been appointed. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the White Tank Justice Court on June 4th at 8:30, and that address will be in your paperwork. I am going to affirm the bond in the failure to appear warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no possessing or consuming any alcohol. Okay. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Kendra Juan to the podium and Christopher Russo to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kendra Wan, 42195.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is the Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I'm sorry, a Term 3, 4, and 5 probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 9th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Christopher Russo to the podium and Daryl Begay to the chair, please.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Christopher Russo, 72387.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond on the bench warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Okay, sir. When, like 5 years ago, I came and I was supposed to see the judge, but they said because I was very sick because I have cancer, it was just the beginning of my cancer, they said that I'd have to go to the hospital, and I was able to see the judge. So then when I ended up getting real sick because of cancer, and it blew out my intestines, and I was in a coma for 6 months. And I came out the coma, and I didn't know how to walk, I didn't know how to talk, I didn't know how to do any of that to teach myself that again. And I'm still reaping the consequences of what happened to me. You know, right now I'm in a nursing home that takes care of me. So it was, you know, if I could, I would be able, but I was in a coma, and I wasn't able to even communicate properly to anybody. You know what I mean? I couldn't talk. I was pretty much just brain dead. You know, so I'm asking if you could understand that, and that, you know, I understand that the charges that were brought upon me, but that was so long ago, sir. You know what I mean? And so much has happened. I died. I was in a coma. You know, a lot of things happened to me that wasn't under my control. I have cancer. I'm sick. I need medication. There's certain medications that I need that cannot be provided here. You know.
So, sir, I appreciate what you're telling me. I have to look at about 15 different factors when I'm setting release conditions. What I'm concerned about, and I don't have necessarily a reason to doubt what you're telling me, but what I'm looking at here is that in your history, you've had 4 failures to appear. You're now in front of me on a warrant that is 4 years old. And what happened last time is that you were released on your own recognizance, and then you failed to appear at your next court date.
But sir,
So I appreciate what you're telling me, but I do have some concerns that if I were to release you on your own recognizance, that you would not appear at your next court date.
No, I would appear because I have a nursing home. I have somewhere that can help me to get transportation there.
Okay,
Before
so from what you're telling me, you've had that opportunity for the last 4 years.
But I didn't know that it's just recently happened in the last 2 years. You know what I mean? So yeah, I take responsibility of my behavior. I understand that, and I should have went, but it's a different situation now. I have a different mindset. I have more support groups, or, you know, it's not like how I used to be where I was homeless, or, you know what I mean? Now I have somebody like, hey, I need to get to court, and they'll take me.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you have the seat back in the gallery? I'm going to do the rest of the calendar. I'll pull you back in, and we'll have a discussion.
Thank you, sir.
Daryl Begay to the podium and Jeremy King to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Daryl Yazzie, PA, 72777.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 9th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jeremy King to the podium and Audrey Wadi to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jeremy King, 8989.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, same location. I will issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Andre Wadi to the podium and Marcellus Andrews to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Andre Wadi, 6695.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference post-warrant on June 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the bench warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Marcellus Andrews to the podium, and then Craig Holm to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Marcellus Andrews, 0509-1996.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving criminal trespassing. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. So all that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I have to post bond to go home?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Craig Holm to the podium and Jonathan Jackson to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Craig Holmes, 3466.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on June 9th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jonathan Jackson to the podium and Jason McMurrin to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jonathan Jackson, October 25th, 1993.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession, drug paraphernalia, and criminal trespassing. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in your case. I am setting a status conference on June 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 10th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Why can't I be released
So I'm setting a bond because you failed to appear to your court date. I do have some concerns if I were to release you on less onerous means that you would not make your next court date. So I am ordering that bond be put in place.
All right.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Jason McMurrin to the podium and Stacy Erickson to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jason McMurrin, 828-77.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope with your release orders today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Stacy Erickson to the podium, and Jasmine Davis to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Stacy Erickson, Stacy Elizabeth Erickson, 11281.
Thank you. We are here today on an out-of-county warrant out of the Pioneer Justice Court. It's for a case involving drug paraphernalia. I will set an arraignment hearing in the Pioneer Justice Court on June 4th at 8:30. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. It does note that it's a post-adjudication warrant. I don't know if there was a fine or fee that you still have to pay, or maybe some sort of classes that the Pioneer Justice Court's requiring, but there's some sort of arrangement that's not being met is essentially why the warrant was issued. I'm going to give you the opportunity to go back to court, but you can always call them and get anything set back up that you need to. I am going to order as a part of your release that you not have contact with the arresting officers and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Jasmine Davis to the podium and Javier Moda to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jasmine Davis, 5/9/1991.
Thank you. We are here today on a municipal court case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on June 17th at 2 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance, but there are some conditions that you have to follow. I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, that you must continue to... Sorry, I actually missed it. Give me 1 second. Can we reprint that one? I'm ordering that you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. And finally, that you may not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim. You may not reside with the alleged victim unless the alleged victim consents. If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while this case is pending, then you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. Essentially, if the victim doesn't want to have contacts, no contact. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat. They're going to bring you your printer paperwork in just a second. Javier Mota to the podium and Jenna Palomino to the chair, please.
Yeah, right at the podium.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Javier Mota, December 3rd, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon, failing to admit, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thanks.
Jenna Palomino to the podium. And then we'll recall Christopher Russo. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Jenna Palomino, 11/22/89.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for a DUI, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and a 2nd count of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked. That's from an incident in September of 2024. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. I am setting a status conference on June 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. It appears based on the allegations it's possible your license has been suspended, so make sure you check with the MVD before you get behind the wheel of a vehicle. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
Grab your paperwork and have a seat. Let's go ahead and recall Christopher Russo to the podium.
And I also wanted to let you know that I've been sober for 3 years now. I get tested when I do my medication, my chemo medication. They do blood tests, and I've been sober and clean. So that was also a big issue because at the time when I was supposed to show up in court, I was on heavy drugs. You know what I mean? So now it's different, and I have a different mindset. And I'm trying to be a better person and a different person from that person, you know? And I feel like I understand what I did and why I'm getting reprimanded. But I also think that I'm just asking for another chance. I'm a different person now. You know, a lot has changed for me. And I'm just hoping that you'll release me so I can go back to my nursing home because I need my medication. I need certain things that I'm pretty sure I can't get here. There's care that I need. I'm wasting away because I have 2 colostomy bags. I can't hold food. I have to be on certain, you know, it's so much. And I'm really nervous that if I go to jail, I'm not going to survive it. My health will deteriorate. The date that you give me for court, I can tell my nursing home that I need a ride, and they'll take me, and they'll transport me.
Ruby, can we reprint that one? So, Mr. Russo, I was looking at everything here. I do still have some concerns about your failure to appear history. However, everything else that you're telling me does seem to line up with what I'm saying here. I'm going to give you this opportunity. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services.
Thank you.
So you're going to get an envelope that has pretrial release information before you leave court today. That's also going to have a contact with pretrial services that you have to call. So I appreciate that your facility may help with transportation, but pretrial services can also help with transportation if you need it.
Okay.
My main concern is that I want to make sure that you get to court so that you can get this addressed.
I will.
Because this offense was listed as almost 5 years ago at this point in time. Even if everything went completely terrible for you, you probably would have been done with any potential sentence.
Right.
So I mean, I want to make sure that you get to court so that you can get this behind you, especially if you're going through all the medical diagnoses that you're telling me.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure that that's not an easy situation. So I'm going to give you this opportunity. Now, I am going to warn you, though, if you fail to appear at your next hearing, you will likely be held on a much, much higher bond than what I was going to hold you on today. Okay. So make sure it is imperative that you get to court next time, okay?
I promise. Thank you.
So all this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay. This is going to change your next court date a little bit. Instead of it being on the 6th, your next court date is going to be on the 16th.
Okay,
so that's a little over 2 weeks from today.
It's, it'll be in writing, though, right?
It's going to be in that paperwork that they're going to hand
you. When
you.
I had a coma, my memory...
Make sure you don't lose that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Go ahead and grab your paperwork and then take a seat to your left.
Thank you.
Final matter on the calendar, number 16, Andrea Harp. We're here today on a Superior Court new case. It was my understanding Ms. Harp is being placed in a safe cell because she's being combative, so I will conduct her initial appearance at her cell. We are here today on Superior Court new case on allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint an attorney. I will set a status conference on June 16th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 19th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, and I will release her to the supervision of pretrial services. With just the supervision of pretrial services. I will conduct her initial appearance at her cell and provide her with a written copy of these orders. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
You can be seated. This is the 11 p.m. initial appearance docket. We will call you in here individually, tell you why you're here. When you come into the room, there's a lectern in the center of the room. Stand behind that, give me your full name and date of birth. I'll be giving you important information about your case. You don't have to try to memorize what I'm telling you, because before you leave the area, you'll receive a printed copy of the document concerning your case that contains all the important information. If you are someone who is here because of a probation violation that will be heard in Maricopa County Superior Court, the Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you at this time, so you'll have counsel at your next court appearance. If you're someone who is released, you need to make sure that you review the conditions of release contained in the release order and comply with them. For example, the conditions include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses, and you violate those conditions and you're taken into custody for that reason, you will not be released from custody easily again. All right, we will start with Marquesha Govern, and then after Ms. Gavon, I guess it is, Anthony Coda. Full name, date of birth, please.
Marquesha Michelle Govan, July 5th, 1991.
All right. You are here because you are on felony probation in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation. And on May 22nd, a warrant for your arrest was issued in each case with a $100 bond in one case and a $250 bond in the other. You'll be released. Your next court date will be your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court downtown Phoenix on June 9th at 8:30, and your order's right over there. Anthony Cota, then it'll be Jamie Harvey.
Charlie Attorney will be appearing on 1 and 5.
1 and 5, okay, thank you. Full name, date of birth?
11/6/62, Anthony Cota.
All right. Mr. Cota, you are here because you were charged with aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. You were to be sentenced on that charge on July 18th of last year, and when you didn't show up, they issued a warrant for your arrest with a $2,500 bond. Your next court date will be in Superior Court downtown Phoenix, June 11th at 8:30, and your order's right over there. You said that was 1 and 5? Okay. Jamie Harvey, then it will be Donica Clay. Full name, date of birth, please.
Date of birth, 6/14/74.
And your full name?
Jamie Donald Harvey.
All right, Mr. Harvey, you are here because you have two cases pending. You're on felony probation for convictions of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. And you are on probation for conviction on those charges, and you have pending charges for possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia that have not been reconciled yet or gone to trial. In January, you were to have a revocation arraignment hearing on the probation violation matter. Warrant for your arrest was issued when you didn't show up, and a $250 bond was set. Your next court date in that matter will be June 9th at 8:30. On the matter that was and has not been concluded, you had failed to appear at a status conference on January 16th. They ordered a warrant for your arrest with a $500 bond. Your next court date in that matter is June 6th at 8:30. And your order is right over there. You can pick it up right over there. Danica Clay, and then it will be Jesus Guzman. Full name, date of birth, please.
Danica Clay, 10/24/98.
All right, ma'am. You're here on 4 separate matters. You have trespass charges pending, 2 of them in Kyrene Justice Court, 3 of them in Kyrene Justice Court, actually. Court dates were set in those matters. When you didn't show up, this is on January 10th, I believe, the last, I guess that was the one that occurred within the last 24 hours. A warrant for your arrest was issued in the first 2 with a $50 bond. Your next court date in those matters will be Kyrene Justice Court on June 4th at 8:30. Let me make sure that I have this down. Okay. You have a new trespassing charge, which is a felony. It is of a residential structure. It's alleged to have occurred earlier today. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. A secured appearance bond in the amount of $100 is set in that case. Your next court date will be June 6th in Maricopa County Superior Court. Conditions of your release, if you are released, is not to go back to the location where this is alleged to have occurred. Then, you have a warrant out of Superior Court on an assault charge, Class 6 felony. You failed to appear at a status conference on February 7th. A warrant for your arrest was issued with a $500 bond. Your next court date now will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. On that matter, your orders are right over there.
Hey, what up? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome
Jesus Guzman, and I understand the county attorney wants to appear on this case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. State is present.
Oh, no.
All
right. Is that Ashley Stinson, if you will? Hey, what up? It's 11.
Date of birth, please.
10.
This was Guzman, 11/17/2000.
This one live?
All right. You, sir, are charged with committing earlier today 1 count each of the following: armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony; aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony; possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony; and disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony. The public defender's office is appointed to represent you as your attorney. Does the county attorney's office have a position concerning any release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor.
For Mr.
Yes, Your Honor, the state does. For the record, Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state. Your Honor, the allegations in this case are that earlier this morning, an unidentified suspect, as well as this suspect, approached a group of individuals and pulled a weapon out, ordering them to empty their pockets.
Damn, break yourself, break yourself.
The victims complied with the suspect's demands.
Thank you.
It is alleged that the suspect only pointed the weapon at one of the victims, which is the aggravated assault, deadly weapon, dangerous instrument, and the remaining victims are the disorderly conduct with a weapon. Your Honor, it should be noted that the suspect is currently on federal probation for a weapons offense. State does believe it has to do with the DEA form that individuals are required to fill out when purchasing weapons. He is on probation. And the Form 4 did indicate that he was released from prison on May 15th of this year. He additionally, Your Honor, he stated to law enforcement that he will not go back to jail. So obviously the state has concerns about him being a slight risk and returning to court on his own. Obviously there's concerns with the allegations, the violent allegations of this case, just in themselves, but also knowing that he has prior felonies involving a weapon, and he was recently released from prison and is on federal probation. So the state is asking for a $50,000 cash bond, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Guzman, everything that the Deputy County Attorney has described is correct in your case. I am going to set bond in the amount of $35,000. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with alleged victims or witnesses. Your next court date will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there.
Hey,
Cesar Flores.
He ain't going nowhere. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, we got a special appearance of the mute button, as you can see up here.
Full name, date of birth, Mr. Flores.
Cesar Flores, March 20, 2000.
All right. There was a grand jury arrest warrant that was issued on April 18th. You were charged with and indicted on the following charges: burglary, a class 4 felony, and unlawful use of means of transportation, a class 5 felony. I guess there was no interview with pretrial services. No, I take that back. Pretrial services has determined that you are financially capable of hiring your own counsel. If that's not correct, for anybody who you believe that an appointment of counsel is correct in your case, and we don't do that, you can, in any subsequent court proceeding, request appointment of counsel. In your case, the grand jury arrest warrant was $500, a secured appearance bond. Your next court date will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there. Yes.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
Okay, so when I got this case on I think it was December 12th, I paid for my bond, and they gave me courts, and I appeared everything on time, everything, and they told me that my name wasn't coming up on any of the court dates when I would go check in, and they just put a warrant for my arrest without giving me a court date. And I just want to know what's going on with that, because I paid the first bond, which was $1,000, and
and it should have been returned because your case was
dismissed.
Wasn't prosecuted.
Okay,
well,
I get it now.
What happens frequently is they're busy with a lot of other things, and they will dismiss the matter in its current stage and revise maybe what they're going to charge and reset if they believe that. I think they don't do that if they think that the person that's been charged is a threat to commit serious crimes, but in any event, I didn't know that. I just know that the grand jury arrest warrant that was issued had a $500 bond.
Yeah.
And I said, is your next court date will be June 6th at 8:30, and at that time, it's not a cash-only bond. You can get it through a bonding company. If you bond out, just make sure you show up, all right?
And if I pay it off cash myself, do I have to put any collateral? I just had that question.
Well, from what I understand, you put up 10% in cash and you secure the balance with whatever property.
Oh yeah, but if I want to pay $500,
you can pay $500 and get out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There you go. All right, Frederick Lean, and then it will be Wesleyan Walker.
Some people are about to go to jail today. User, if you will. The one that was driving with the person's head out the window. What? I haven't seen that one. When was that one? Oh, hold on. Was it when the cop let loose? Is that the one you're talking about? All right. So for anybody wondering, this is live. This is happening right now in real time. And this is Arizona, Maricopa County. And you might be thinking, what? They got court on Sunday on the Lord's Day? Oh, yes, they do. You know why? Because crime don't stop. Crime goes on 24/7 all day, every day, 365 days a year. In Arizona, they run court every single day. So get ready.
Full name, date of birth, please.
Because we got the 4th of July edition coming up.
8/15/94.
All right, Mr. Lane, you are previously charged with possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. You had a status conference on May 22nd. When you didn't show up, the court issued a warrant for your arrest with a $500 bond. Your next court date now will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there. Weslyn Walker, and then it'll be Sarah Schubert.
That fool kind of looks like Uncle Fester, but with some hair. And that fool is coming down right now. Damn, that fool has some long-ass socks. Jeez. I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, I've been MIA. Let me see. They just tear gassed an apartment across
Full name, date of birth?
from me looking at a suspect.
All right, Miss Walker. You were arrested earlier today, charged with possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon in the commission of a drug offense, a Class 4 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. A $500 secured appearance bond is set. Your next court date will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there. Sarah Schubert, and then it'll be Mario Oliveira. Full name, date of birth?
Sarah Schubert, 11/30/94.
All right, Ms. Schubert, you're here on a child support arrest warrant.
Child support?
It was issued in on February 2nd of last year. There is a $600 cash only requirement for you to be released. And until that purge is paid, you'll remain in court until your next court date, which will be June 6th at 10 a.m. in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there.
So I'm going to stay here, I guess, until June 6th?
You will stay unless you find a way to submit $600 in cash, which is applied to the child support that you owe. It goes to the child support obligation that you have not paid.
See, I don't ever.
The amount that you've been ordered to
out.
pay, and that's so. Whatever you pay is going to reduce the balance that you have to get out of custody. All right.
Damn, 14,000 Ginas? Sheesh.
Mario Oliveira, and then it'll be Dominic Rodriguez.
Hey, she's down bad.
Full name, date of birth?
Mario Orlando Oliveira, 4/16/73.
All right, you, sir, were arrested today for excessive speeding. I am going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Country Meadows Justice Court on June 19th at 8:30, and your order's right over there. Thank you.
Hey, what's FTGF? What the hell is that? I'm definitely out of the loop on that one. Anybody know? Care to share, if you will? Hey, thank you, Gio.
Dominic Rodriguez, and then it'll be Charlie Salisbury.
We hit that 10K. Gracias. Highly appreciate that. Hey, what up, Britt? What up, Whitney?
Full name, date of birth?
Dominic Michael Rodriguez, 01/22/2004.
All right, you, sir, were arrested.
Why so serious?
Earlier today, charged with burglary, a Class 4 felony, and criminal damage, a Class 6 felony. Pretrial services says you're financially capable of hiring an attorney. If that isn't correct, you can request at any subsequent court proceeding that an attorney be appointed. They will reevaluate your situation. I'm releasing you on supervised release to appear on June 16th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Conditions of your release include not going back to the location where this is alleged to have occurred. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Charlie Salisbury, then it'll be Carla Silva.
Damn, they definitely got a lot of people tonight.
Full
Sunday
name,
night.
date of birth, please.
Charlie Salisbury, 6/13/90.
All right, Ms. Salisbury, you were arrested earlier today, charged with aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. Pretrial services says you're financially capable of hiring your own attorney. I'm going to release you on what we call supervised release. You'll be released, but you'll be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. In your release documents will be the phone number for pretrial services. Within a couple of days of your release, call them and touch base with them. Conditions of your release include not initiating any contact with the alleged victims or witnesses. All right, there you go.
One question, sir. You said that I need to call them within 2 days.
Within a few days, touch base with them.
Okay.
Tell them, your name, the number, whatever it is they want to know to identify you.
Okay.
And they just want to know, they want to let you know that if you have any problems or questions about your next court date or things related to court appearances and other things, you can check in with them, all right?
Okay, and I would be released today.
You're going to be released sometime about the time the sun comes up, probably.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. You have a great evening or morning.
Carla Silva. And then it will be, well, we're into Spanish speakers. Go ahead, man.
Carla Silva, 8484.
All right. You were arrested yesterday, and
what up, Joe?
Actually, it wasn't yesterday. Let me look at this date on here. It was earlier today.
What up, Wendy?
I didn't pop up the right case. Hold on. Here we go.
Come on,
You were
Robert.
arrested earlier today, charged with criminal trespass. It's a misdemeanor. The information I received was not any kind of a description of what occurred that would amount to probable cause. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. I'm going to give you a court date that you need to appear at. I'm sure by then they can correct the problem. But it'll be June 19th at 8:30 in Country Meadows Justice Court. Okay, and your court is right over there.
Thank you.
All right, we have an interpreter. We do? Okay. Let me see where I am.
Not the interpreter. They're about to bring in the Timu. AK, now everything's good. Just, life. Sometimes,
Can the interpreter hear me?
It gets in the way of me being able to come on. James, you
Yes,
look
sir,
different
I'm
today. I can't pinpoint
All right,
it.
I'm trying to see. Okay. Yusnel Perez. And
There we go.
Defendants are seated right outside the courtroom, and we call them in one at a time. And I'd like Mr. Perez to give me his full name and date of birth.
Hey, thank you for that, Princess. Highly appreciate that.
Señor Pérez, si puede indicar por favor su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Yusniel Hernández Pérez, 04-19-1985.
Ismael Hernández Pérez, 419 of 85.
All right, Mr. Perez, you were arrested earlier today and charged with the following offenses: aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon, a Class 3 felony; criminal damage by defacement, a Class 6 felony, and endangerment, 6 felony.
Ok, señor Pérez, entonces usted fue arrestado lo que fue el día de hoy y fue acusado de los siguientes cargos. Lo que es asalto agredido con alguna arma, que fue una felonía clase 3, daños criminales, que es una felonía clase 4, y también que es una felonía clase 6.
Hey, what's up with this interpreter?
I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you as your attorney. I am setting bond in the amount of $35,000. I'm also requiring that before you're released, you be subject to electronic monitoring. Your next court date will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Ok, señora, entonces vamos a elegir que un defensor público sea el quien lo represente. Tu fianza se le va a poner en 4,500. También estoy requiriendo que antes de su salida se le ponga lo que es un monitor eléctrico. Su siguiente fecha para corte sería el día 6 de junio a las 8:30 de la mañana en lo que es la Corte Superior en el centro de Phoenix.
Okay, one question. Let me finish. The other conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, not initiating any contact with the alleged victim or witnesses. Order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy. You must comply with its terms. Wait for the interpreter to say what I just did.
Ok, señora, aparte de eso, tiene otras condiciones para lo que es salida. Le estamos pidiendo que por favor no regrese al lugar donde se cometió el crimen. Tampoco que no tenga contacto con la persona que se le está alegando que sea víctima. Y también tiene una orden de protección contra usted, y lo cual usted va a estar recibiendo una copia.
Right, Yvette?
Por favor, le pedimos que cumpla lo que son las cosas que le estamos pidiendo.
You have a question?
Yeah. Una pregunta. Es que yo soy chofer de troca profesional y yo viajo 2 veces por semana a California.
Forget about it. Olvídalo, amigo. Heavy duty, ya no más.
Okay, well, I am a professional driver and I do travel 2 times a week to California.
Well, if you post the bond that's required and the judge that you will see in a week or so will authorize you to leave the state, that shouldn't be a problem. But the reason that I want you to be subject to electronic monitoring is because I don't want there to be, you to have the opportunity to bother the victim in this case. And the electronic monitoring is to make sure that that doesn't happen. But I'm not going to approve that you be allowed to return or to leave the state at this time. But if you can bond out, or if the judge that you see on your next court date, June 6th, will reduce the amount of the bond and approve that you can leave the state, that's fine. But I'm not going, tonight, I'm not making any decisions about that. And your order's right over there. Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Interpreter. It's a lot of words. Go ahead.
What up, awareness? Hey, thank you. Highly appreciate that, Megan.
Bueno, señor, en este caso, después de que usted ponga su fianza, si el juez que usted mira dentro de una semana le autoriza para que usted se vaya del estado,
hey, what up, hot mess?
No creo que haya un problema. En este caso, por hoy yo no le estoy dando la oportunidad de molestar a la víctima ni que se le llegue la oportunidad. Entonces, no le quiero dar autorización de irse del estado, pero como le digo, cuando usted pague su fianza, si mira al juez y él le da esa autorización para que se vaya del estado y siga trabajando, pues él puede tomar esa decisión.
Ok, otra pregunta. Yo tenía que ir a la clínica Celerium el día 8, un ingreso por 4 días.
Olvídalo, amigo. Olvídalo. No way, Jose.
Disculpe, ¿cuál es la clínica?
Celerium.
Muy bien. I also have another question. I was supposed to be going to the Solarium clinic and stay there for 4 days. Is that something that I can still do as well?
You not unless you bond out before another judge has an opportunity to consider what will be a reduction in the amount of bond, I'm sure, by your attorney at your next court appearance. As long as you're in custody, because you can't post the bond, I don't think you're going to go anywhere.
You ain't going
I'm
nowhere.
more than happy to have you
in
go
other words,
there if you can post the bond.
No, al menos de que pague lo que es la fianza, señor. Como le digo, si usted se mantiene aquí porque no puede pagar la fianza, pues entonces ya dentro de una semana cuando mire a otro juez y posiblemente le reduzcan lo que es la fianza, entonces, pues claro, pues no se estaría yendo a ningún lado. Entonces, claro, si puede pagar la fianza, pues si puede ir, pues vaya.
Ok, ¿y la fianza es 10% o el valor completo?
Okay, and the bond is 10% or the full amount?
No, it's not a cash-only bond. You can go through a bonding company, which I think they require 10% in cash secured with the balance with property, all right?
Hey, what up? How's it going? Welcome back.
Bueno, en este caso, esta fianza no es la cual se tiene que pagar completa, señor. Tiene la opción de ir con una compañía de fianza. Ellos típicamente cobran lo que es el 10% y le aseguran lo que es el balance con alguna clase de propiedad.
All right, and your order is right over there. Okay, Madam Interpreter, we have one more Spanish speaker.
Uno más
Pablo
amigo.
Lopez.
We got Pablo. That fool had sandals on. How dare he step out of the house with sandals? No wonder he's locked up. He couldn't
Full
run.
name and date of birth, please. Pablo, listen to the interpreter.
Come on, Pablo, vente.
Nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Pablo López, 6 de mayo de 1995.
Pablo Lopez, May 6th of 95.
All right, Mr. Lopez, you've been charged with, by direct complaint, committing the offense of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Thank you.
Ok, señor, entonces usted ha sido acusado de tener en posesión lo que es alguna clase de droga, que es una felonía número 4, y también se le va a poner un defensor público.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, June 16th at 8:30. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
That is correct, no
Le
name.
voy a estar dando su libertad con lo que es su presencia, señor. Le tenemos confianza de que usted irá a su corte a lo que es el centro de Phoenix, a la Corte Superior el día 16 de junio a las 8:40.
Any questions?
¿Alguna
No? All right, there's your order right over there. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. Great job.
Thank you for using our services.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah, Miss Sexton, I will call number 5 next.
What are my lights,
which
Peachy?
is a house call. Jonathan Herman.
Hey, thank you, Spicy.
you
Highly
hear me?
appreciate it. Hopefully you got a
Miss
tapper.
Your
Sexton?
Honor, the state's present.
Okay.
Oh, that's not Ashley. No.
He's a house call.
Ashley.
And go ahead and tell me what you think I should do with this case.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a bond of $10,000 secured, specifically with the condition of alcohol and drug monitoring. This is an aggravated DUI due to a suspended revoked license for a prior DUI. The state believes that the suspect is a danger to the community. He does have several prior DUIs, Your Honor. He has a DUI from 2017, Your Honor, 2018. He also has a pending DUI, misdemeanor DUI in out of Williams Justice Court, which is state believes is up north near Flagstaff. The state does not know what his ties are to the community.
Damn.
Additionally, Your Honor, law enforcement did note that when they pulled him over, he had multiple alcoholic beverage containers in his car, 4 of which were empty and on the floorboard. He did also refuse to supply any sort of PBT or breath instrument test. The state, due to the fact that the state does believe that he's a danger to the community because of his driving record and his record of driving under the influence, also the fact that he has a pending DUI from last month, Your Honor. Was it last month? State apologize. It was from March of this year. It is, the state would ask for Your Honor to set bond in the amount of $10,000 secured and order drug and alcohol monitoring, which is allowed by statute. Thank you.
Hey, that's four more than me.
All right.
I got 0.
I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $750. Mr. Herman's, I appoint the public defender's office, I believe. Let me see here. There was no communication with him. His next court date will be June 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Is there anything else you want to appear on?
No, Your Honor. Just for clarification, you did not order drug and alcohol monitoring?
I'm sorry.
Damn you, Ashley. Damn you.
For clarification, Your Honor did not order drug and alcohol monitoring?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, the rest of the house calls. Naomi Diaz was arrested earlier today, charged with misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, and releasing her on her own recognizance to appear in El Mirage Municipal Court on June 17th at 8:30. And lastly is Joseph Arango, number 23 on the docket. He failed to appear in, where am I here? Superior Court at his last court appearance. They issued a warrant for his arrest. I think, let me back up. I didn't realize this was in Superior Court. Hold on. Well, it is in Superior Court. Anyway, when he failed to appear, they issued a warrant for his arrest with a $3,000 bond.
Do you guys want to see what this judge looks like?
Will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. All right. That will be it for now.
This is the judge right here. He might look familiar.
Pop up
his name is Robert Stark.
5 o'clock docket.
What up, Bex? How's it going? I knew it.
All right.
You might remember him from shows like Unsolved Mysteries. Ay, ay, ay. Did he mute us? Oh, that's it. It's over. It's over for tonight. Ay, ay, ay. Let me see. The judges for sure in his 70s. Wait, no, nah, it's not him. I'm clowning around. But it sounds like him. It sounds like him. Hey guys, so hey, I know I haven't been around lately, but yeah, I do plan on getting back on this. So I'll have some time tomorrow. I'll have some time tomorrow morning. I'll be up nice and early for the 8 a.m. hearings for Maricopa County, if you will. Do this skinny with a comb over for sure. Let me see. You can tell he's an older man. Hey, I'm not sure if you guys notice when that dude speaks or when your honor speaks, he kind of whistles. I'm not sure what's going on with his nose or his throat. Something's definitely. He definitely needs to go see one of those. What is it? The ear and throat specialist. I know I'm not saying that correctly, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me see. I'm watching reruns of You Mysteries on YouTube. Descher's probably teeth issues. Oh man, yeah, for sure. Hey guys, so hey, I do appreciate you guys. Funny, I live in Maricopa, AZ, but it's Pinal County. What? Let me see. At least hey, you ain't lying right there. Hey, at least, yeah, he's definitely not coughing, and he's definitely not Ashley, because Ashley's definitely. I don't think I could sit through a whole court hearing of Ashley for an hour. I can't do it. Like my daughter says, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's definitely pushing the envelope right there. Actually, she's really something else. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to do. Anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream. I do appreciate you guys, but definitely be on the lookout. I'll be back tomorrow. Let me see. Other judges got health issues. The one coughs. Ashley's having stutter seizures. Him nose whistles. It be like that sometimes. Let me see. Y'all. Best sheriff in the AZ, retired last year. Sheriff Lamb was the shit. What? All right. I'll keep that in mind. Anyhow, hey, I do appreciate you guys. I am Collect Call James. You guys are watching. You have a Collect Call From. And like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And good night to everybody. To Uncle Cash, Wendy, Tonka. Let me see. No Name. Dave 73. Who else do we got? Gen X _ Sergeant. Nicole. Joe Billings. Let me see. Who else do we got here? I think I said No Name already. I got you. Let me see. Thanks for the laugh. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys. Blessed for life. Let me see. Who else do I got in here? We got Ronnie. Amen. Ronnie. Let me see. Who was Spicy? Let me see. Gentry 335. Britt. Jody. Yvette. And let me see. Bex. And anybody else that I missed. All right. Hey, I do appreciate you guys. But I'll catch you in the rebound if I didn't catch you tonight. All right, Tita. Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, I'll see you guys mañana. All right. Be here or be a square. I can't see nothing with this light in my face.